everyone, this is Billie. Welcome to Billie Holman Creations. Today I'm going to try to make some simple flowers out of these colored pipe cleaners that I did get a bunch from Temu. And I've been watching several ladies on Instagram. I don't have their names available for you, but they make the most beautiful flowers. And I thought I would give it a try. Now, last week I was on Miss April's Live, Dragons and Dresses Craftsorian, and I had been starting to paint this cracked doll face. So she's almost ready to go, and I thought, how pretty would that be with some pipe cleaner flowers in that. Now, I used ResinCrete for this pour, and it turned out really, really nice. I have a couple of bubbles there, but that just adds to her character. She's wearing what I would call a babushka. Growing up in Canada, there's a lot of European ladies in my neighborhood that wore these scarves, babushkas, on their heads, and it reminded me of those days. Anyway, let me show you what we've got. Now, I also had these are pretty thick green wires from Temu, and I think they were made for weaving baskets. I thought I'd try my hand at that one day, but we'll see. So I have those. Happen to have a half of a round piece of styrofoam. I've got a knitting needle here, a ruler, a time depressor or a large pop stick, my scissors. I've got 2 pairs of pliers here, my water, paint brushes, because what I want to do, first of all, is finish painting this lady's babushka or her headgear. So let me get squared away with that, and I'll be right back. Well, the first thing I want to do is seal in the paint that's on the face. So I have some of my wood varnish here, and I'm just going to put a little in the cup, paint that face. Then I might add some mica powder to this because I'm thinking about adding something to the babushka here, or her scarf. So let me, can't remember which one is cleaner than the other, but I want to go at least around the edges first with the varnish and protect that. Just protect this coat of paint. This is a Temu mold, and I don't list the Temu molds in my description because half the time when you look for something, it's sold out. But you can always find something similar, so I can always look for you and see if it's still available if you're interested in this. But I thought it was quite cute. It's a nice size pot too. I think African violets would look very pretty in this. I do have African violets. I must have, 8 plants now. They keep having babies, and then you can separate them. And they're very pretty. I think some of my originals were from my husband's mother. She used to have them in her kitchen window. No one wanted them, so I took them. Just a nice coat. I think I used a black marker for the eyelashes and to go around the eyes. But I think it turned out really, really pretty. Now, did I miss any places? I don't see that I have. This dries nice and clear, and it dries very quickly too. I don't know if those are flakes on there or what. Anyway, let's call that good. Now, my thoughts might be too much with the flowers inside, but I do just like the glossy black, and this is already protected with the varnish. But I have some of this Let's Resin blue, and this is the Intense Chameleon powders, and I'm wondering if I just brushed a little over the black, how that would look. Oh, part of me said yes, part of me said no. Let's do it. Why not, hey? We'll add a little flash to it. Oh, look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? I don't think I'm going to need too much of this. With my little spoon, I'll just put a little bit in there, so it might give it a little sparkly. Maybe it'll match your eyes. That's pretty rich right there. Look at that. Oh my God, I think that's my favorite color in the whole world right there. I do like my blue. Blue and greens. Not a fan of orange or red. Let's see what this does. I think this turns to a purple, but if I can get the lumps, get that blended in. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And I appreciate you joining. Please hit that like and subscribe button. But I use this a lot. This is just wood, water-based wood varnish. And I really do like mixing my my mica colors in with that. I don't know how well that will show, but I'm sure it will. Let's add a little more. Just a little more. And once that dries clear, you'll see the beautiful colors of your micas. Plus, you're sealing your piece at the same time. And I do like to make sure everything is sealed. Okay, let's give it another little mix here. Come on. See how intense you really are. Just a little bit on there. Brush the lumps out. Okay, now I wanted to go around the edges here with a smaller brush to stay away from the face. And I don't know if that blue will be different values of blue, or if we'll be surprised with some purple coming out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and just paint your entire scarf. Get close to the face. You know, this is going to look like Superman's hair, I think. I used to love the color of his black hair with the blue in it. I think that's what we're going to look like here. See? It's not too drastic. I do see some purple in there. So I'll go ahead, maybe fast forward, or I could just put you on pause till I have this done. And I'm getting it on her face. No, because I had it in my fingers. Ugh, close call. Close call. Where's it coming from? My brush, maybe? Or down here? Huh. I'll keep going. Well, there it is. I didn't worry about the bottom or the inside, but isn't that a nice little touch to it? Really, really pretty on that black. So let's set that aside to dry. And I know that looks wasteful, but I'm going to save it, because what I do is I let this dry in the cup, then I peel it out, and it goes into my bits and pieces container here, so we can put it in resin. I have, oh gosh, I have string in there. I have some glitter in there. There's actually some old chopped up rubber bands in there. Sometimes there's lace, sequins. I'll just let that dry and end up using that in something down the line. Okay, I'm going to put that brush in here. In my water with a little soap. I can throw this out. And I'm going to have to be sure to clean these because I don't remember doing it. Now, the styrofoam piece. Now, it fits pretty good in there. I'm just, see what I mean? It fits pretty good in there if I just drop it in. Should be okay. I don't think I'm going to glue it because someone might want to, oh, I just buggered up my paint. Someone may want to pull these flowers out, and I don't want them to have a mess on their hands. I'll have to touch that up. And if they don't, you know, get tired of the little flowers. So we'll worry about that later. Here we have, it's almost in half, I guess, and I just dug out this brown paint. This is very old, golden brown. It sort of came close to what I have for these beige pipe cleaners. Now, a lot of my paint is pretty thick and pretty old, but we're going to use it anyway. If I can just scoop some of this out, it's still, you know, it's still paintable. You can still use it. Probably don't need that much. I'm just going to put a little on my paint pad there. Get a different brush, and I'm just going to daub it on that piece of styrofoam. And I don't have daubing brushes. I'll just grab a brush, see what happens. See if I can, I'd have to water it down a little. Just so the white isn't so obvious. Let's see if I can't just add some color to this. Because we'll be sticking these flowers in. I'll have to list or find those artists that I've watched do flowers, because oh my gosh, are they ever pretty. And there's another lady who does bugs. Moths. Beautiful moths, and they're big. They're about that big. They're gorgeous. I'm not sure how long this will take to dry. Let's just get some more out of there. Another good glop. So that's still good paint. Never know. Never know when you'll need that color. So I could have went darker and made it look like dirt, but maybe this is just light dirt, clay, sand. And we're going to cover this anyway. So why am I bothering, I ask myself. Well, I don't know. Well, just to make sure you're covered. Getting into some black there. That's okay. Okay, let's put that aside to dry. Now I have my hot glue gun plugged in, so that should be ready to go. And I didn't follow the pipe cleaner artist to the T. I just tried to make this up myself, but I think what we're going to try to do is possibly a lavender. And I'll show you what I came up with so far. We've got the light green leaves, the stem, a little bit of darker green, and the flower itself. So let me show you how I did that. It was trial and error, but I ended up taking 3, can we call these sprigs? 3 pieces. And I took this old knitting needle, whoops, and I just did 3 of these. I just grabbed a piece here so I can leave that straight, just enough to hold with my thumb, and I just wrapped like that. I give it a good squish together, like so. We'll do that 3 times. Now I'll give it a squish. These pipe cleaners are pretty colors. They tend to look light and dark at the same time. Or different hues to them, I guess you'd say. Okay, there's our 3. Like that. Okay. Then I took my ruler and I just took each end and stretched it to 6 inches, like about like so. Okay. Get a grip of the end. We're just gonna, from one thumb to the other thumb, 6 inches. And to the last one. Whoop, I went crazy. Whoops, I went ahead and just really yanked it, didn't I? Let's try that again. I didn't know my own strength. Let's put it that way. I didn't know my own strength. Be gentle, Billy. Okay, here we go. 6. Well, 6, like that. Okay. Now I just put my ends together. No specific means. Just put them together. Grab the other end here. And I just sort of eyeballed the middle. I didn't do that yet. I did this first. Excuse me. I just twisted. Did I? No, I did it the right way. Huh. What a difference a day makes in memory, eh? So I did. Now, folded it in half. Folded it in half, and I just started to twist. I mean, all flowers are different and they're not all perfect. Just to the end here. Try to bring it to a bit of a point. Maybe tighten, loosen. Makes no mind, really. And there's the top of the flower. It looks a bit rough, but hey, I think it works in the long run. All right, then I took the darker green and this pop stick. Whoops, I just want one. And I went over 5 times because I want 5 points, okay? So you start at the bottom, going up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then grab my 2 bottom pieces and give it a twist. Or 2. Pull that off. And then we've got 5 little fingers. Well, we can cut this little piece off here. Okay. I'll leave that opened. And I'm going to take my other flower because I want to compare where I put the branch or put the end on. So if I went there to there, and that's a little longer, I'm going to cut this tip off here. I want them close to the same. Come on. Oh, my poor nippers. They've been around a long time. So if I go measure like that, I'm going to wrap that about there. I think we should be good, okay? So what I did was just put some hot glue here. Oh, I'm going to have to get another glue stick. Put this in place. I'm working backwards. And squeeze that around. Ugh, sort of. Squeeze that around, Billy, without burning your fingers. Make sure that sticks. Oh, I didn't do a very good job. Bring that over. I need more glue here. I didn't do a good job. What happened? Get that in there. Let's squeeze these together. Hold that a second. Oh, I forgot to twist. That's what was wrong. I'm just going to twist. I should have did this before. Twist. Separate those. Twist and pull it up. Oh, like that. These are taller than the other. So, I need to bring that down. I had this planned out to just be smooth sailings. I'm going to squeeze that together. Anyway, then we can pull out. Give it a little edge there. It's almost what I'm wanting, okay? But I need to really glue that. I don't know. I'm going to press it this way. Burn myself. Then I have some florist tape, which I had. Oh my goodness, where did I put it? Desk is covered again. Well, for goodness sakes, where are you? I put it back in the bag so it wouldn't dry up. That's where it's at. Okay. Get this dry glue off of there. Here we go. I have a few different colors in here. Let me just grab the green. Some of this is pretty old too. I'm just going to tear a piece off so I can handle it. And we're going to put a piece of just a bit of glue here, and I'm going to start wrapping this stem. Oh my gosh, Billy, where's my stick? I'm not ready. I forgot all about the sticks already. These wire sticks, we're going to stick that in there, okay? Right beside that. Wrap this around. That's what I forgot to do. Cut that off. Okay, now I'm on the right track, I think. Get that started. Tightly wrap over that glue. Cover that end. That's what I did. And we'll just wrap. There we go. I'm squeezing it as I go. Now, we need to make a leaf. That doesn't look all that great right there like that. It's rather bumpy. Can I squeeze it? Squeeze that. I'm not a florist. Oh my goodness, no. We're a florist arranger. Floral arranger. Quit talking, Billy. I just babbling. All right. So I need a green leaf. Like that. That's simpler. I just need 2 greens of the lighter green here. That's a different green, isn't it? Huh. Where's the green I had? I guess they're different. Is it? Well, I don't want that color green. I want the green that goes with the one that's here. Well, look at that. They're different. Or are they? Or is it my eyes? Those look darker. Huh. All right. I've got one of these. I'm going to make a loop, find the center. And I'm going to thread this one through there. Bring up the center there. And I'm going to twist just a couple times here. Then bring that behind these two. Bring them into the middle. Line them up so they look so good. And how long was that? I'm going to try to twist right about here. I think I measured 5 inches when I did that. Before I wind all the way, I'll cut this off. There we go. We're getting there. This was the easy part. Now, how far down do I want to go to match it up? I want to go about to here. So let's keep twisting. There we go. Now I'm going to put a little glue there. This in place and twist some more. Keep that in there. So it's very simple, a little cumbersome, but not too tough at all. I wish I could have done a little neater job there. I've got glue showing, and we'll wrap that down. And I tried to want to be sure they're the same length. Let's get these big pliers here. Okay, let's finish that off. Easy peasy. That's my version of a lavender. I don't even know if that's the right kind of a leaf for a lavender, but I'm happy with it. Okay, so that's what we have. Actually, let me cover this. That looks tacky. I'm not going to be happy with that showing. It's this one. Unless I can pick it off or cut it. Oh, there we go. We'll just pick that off. That's all we needed. All right. So I have that. There's two. And I also made some dark green ones too. And we'll see how long we need those shortly. So I was busy yesterday playing around, and here we have a whole bundle. Got our flowers, the tall leaves. I thought I was going to make another leaf because I wanted to have odd numbers. So I believe I have 9 flowers. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I was hoping I had 9 of these. There's 6, 8. Well, in that case, we'll just make one more. I don't know if I'll need it, but we'll see. Okay, so these were the dark green. They're like a pretty olive color, aren't they? Now see, this is the green I like. I like olive colored green, sage green. I'm not real big on bright lime green, but I do like this color. Get down to the middle there. We'll twist just a couple times. Bring it back into the center of these two. And straight down. Shape them as you go. Like that. Okay. Gap. I want to get rid of that gap. Stretch it. Okay. And we're going to go right about here. Let's twist this. Oh, I've got a big gap now, Billy. Well, you can always untwist, I suppose. Let's bring those two down. They're way off. Try that again. Yeah, last night I was sitting here watching YouTube, and I just did one after the other. I don't think I had any problems last night, but that's me, and being recording, I still get nervous. I still get quite nervous. So one around there. Okay, you might be the oddball leaf, but that's all right. Once again, I'm ready to, well, let's see if I can use this up. Get a little bit of glue there. I should have cut those off. Get my stick. Hold that there a second. And we'll grab a piece of tape. There, glue that baby right on there. Okay, now I'm happy. That worked out. Like I said, we're going to have to cut these, because I don't want them extremely tall. It's just going to stay if I need to glue that. Like I said, this is old. Some of this tape is... I've had so much of these crafting products for so many years. It's crazy ridiculous. All right, let's make some room. I'm going to quickly clean up this part of the mess and be right with you. Well, this is dry. This is pretty dry. Look at that color. I like how that turned out. It's more blue, but a little bit of purple there. And the black, I think that looks really, really good. Let's pop this piece of styrofoam in. I don't know how deep it's going to go. Oh, I can't do that yet. Okay, these look dry now. That turned out really pretty with the blue. Maybe with a different lighting you'll see more of the purple, but I can see some. But that turned out really nice. This is still a bit tacky, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. What I want to do, let's see how deep that might fall. I'll push it in further. But maybe I want to cut a little bit of that. I'd like to have it right down inside. So let me get my X-Acto knife and possibly trim some of this off if I can. I might put my glasses on, it would help, wouldn't it? Just trying to go around here, bring it down a little bit. Pardon that noise. Not sure how it's going to sound on the video, but it's a little corner. Let's get rid of that little corner. That looks pretty good. Now how deep will we go? That's better. That's better. I might have to cut these down quite a bit, but we'll see. Okay, now come out. I'll get you out. Now we don't have to do this, but I think I'll try. Get some glasses on here. And I just want to start with a small twist here. And I want to go around the top of this with a spiral. And we'll have to add on. See if we can do it this way. Just twist a little bit. Maybe tuck that down under. Hide it. And we'll keep twisting. Hide you. So let's go ahead and get the glue gun down there. Try to eyeball center. Pardon the top of my head if you see it. I know glue guns usually melt styrofoam. It's not quite warm enough. All right. Let's try to eyeball center. I'm gonna just tap that down into place here. Get it as close to itself as I can. And we'll cover this up. Kind of crooked. And I have glue strings everywhere. No, it's not going to be center. But we won't see it anyway. I guess any other kind of glue would work. But being in a hurry, glue guns are so fast. Hold that a second and I'll have to add another piece. Stay put. Let's get another piece. Speaking of Miss April, she has a collab coming up. It's called Face Your Fears, and I am not ready for that video. But I'm thinking, whoops, since I started playing with these pipe cleaners, I might try and make a critter. Now, my greatest fears aren't spiders or snakes. I have several actually, but the video, you can use any medium for this collaboration. And, well, one of my greatest fears is water, because I did almost drown. That's when I broke my back. But I'm not going to do it about water. And speaking of water, ooh, sharks are naturally scary. It's not going to be about sharks. So keep watching, because if I can time this right, I will have a Face Your Fears video on Miss April's channel. And she is with Dragons and Dresses Craftsorium. And I'm sure you've all heard of her before. She does beautiful work. She does very good work with UV resin and making beautiful pendants and things like that. But she's multi-talented. Do just about anything. and she's become a good friend. So I'll keep going till this is done. Okay, here we go. I tilted the camera just a little bit, thinking that might help, but I've got this trimmed up. And let's see how deep that will go. Should we just press? It's going to be in there pretty tight, so there's no need in gluing anything. Ooh, there, don't crack. I've got it all here. I'm not quite sure. Should we just start in the middle and work our way around? I'm not quite sure if we're going to have to trim these or not. Let's get the owl, and we're just going to try to place these. There we go. Punch a hole in it. How far can that go? Perfect. I do want these down. We'll have one facing that way. I guess we want them pretty much to the front, but then again, you're gonna have to, let's call the middle one facing front. We can go behind it, facing the other way, in front of it, or maybe we'll go cockeyed, I'm not sure. Let's just see what happens. You facing out. Oh, I like that. I don't know where we'll put the other. Let's go sideways. Let's go in threes. Threes around that center one. Okay, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I think we're going all the way down close to the same heights. Doesn't have to be. And I'm going to go in, like I said, kind of thirds. Have these facing out. And we can bend them as need be. Should we have another one here? How many do I have left? I have 5 left. Turn you around. And we'll see where we can put the darker ones. But, oh God, I think that's really lovely. You're bending that way. You're bending this way. How many are we going to make it around the outside? We're going to have to put the other greens in between. So I've got 4 here. Let's see what happens. Let's try to go between these two in this row. Oh, I like those, don't you? Why are you whispering? I don't know. Happens sometimes. Yes. One about here and one about here. How's that? Where's our center? That's kind of our center. So let's go. I think that's all I have. This side and this side. Where did I put that hole? Is it that far away? I guess so. And there. What do you think so far? Where are we going to put? And they're all down kind of evenly. That one could be down a little further. I need that hole bigger because this is pretty thick right there. Let's see if we can't. Whoop, draw that out. Get down there. Put you there. All right, now I'm going to try to bend some of these a little bit towards the back of the flower, like that. And that one's coming forward. Okay, so these are really long. We're going to have to, how far are we going to have to cut these down? I'm just going to go in between if I can. But I'm going to have to awl it. Yes, I am. I'm going to have to awl it. Might have to trim. Where's the hole? I can't see it now. Is that it? That's it. Well, that's a little tall. Let's go down. I want to go shorter than the flower on these dark ones. So looking at that, we need about 2 inches off, okay? So let's start by doing that. Let's take 2 inches off. If I do that, that'll make this 8 inches. Let's try, if we make these, let's make these 7 inches. We don't have to go down so far. Just measure them all about the same. That way we'll have more of a ball effect as far as the flowers go. Look out, I don't want to put no one's eye out here, but no one else is in here but you and I. Let's start with 4, hey? See what we've got. All right. And we can bend them any way we want to. Where's the hole? All right, how do you... I think that looks good. Let me twist this so you can see. What do you think about that? Is that not cute? I think that's darn near perfect, but I could either put some pebbles. Actually, I have some pebbles. I might throw some pebbles in there or get some moss. But there she is. I'll hold her back so you can see a little bit better. Get all this stuff out of the way. I'll get a pretty backdrop for her. There we go. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my try at these pipe cleaner flowers. Beautiful little cracked girl face or doll face from Temu using ResinCrete. So take care everyone. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Sending big hugs. Bye.